We shall see. Referees ready and waiting to get us underway here. It's going to be first kick of the afternoon from Lockie Miller, who sends the ball downfield. A little bit of an awkward bounce as well, a little bit of a communication, but Hull FC do have it back. And I'm pleased to say that Barry McDermott has lost none of his playing fitness. He has sprinted into the stand here and has still got breath about him as well.
More of a waddle than a sprint there, but yeah, we're in for a brilliant game here. Both teams full of optimism. Leeds Rhinos chasing hard for that second spot. Hull FC know the destiny is in their own hands. If they can match Wakefield's results, they can nail down that sixth place, so there is optimism in both camps coming into the match.
Yeah, nothing will be sorted at the end of this afternoon. We'll be edging closer to knowing how that top six will look at the end of the regular season, but nothing will be finalised just yet as SASA takes Hull FC inside that Leeds half for the first time this afternoon. If you missed it earlier, Keenan Paliasia's a late withdrawal from that Leeds starting pack because of a knee injury that became more apparent this morning. Here comes Cust. It means that Presley Cassell again gets to go, the 18-year-old in the starting pack, with Nikolai Alecki back as well. A little bit of a shuffle for Hull FC with Cust and Caesar back together in the halves. This is Caesar looking left to Hardacre against his former club, of course, on this his 400th career appearance. And Hull FC in decent position here as Liam Watts goes charging forward and finds a position within striking range, but with only one play left to go. Amir Burrow waiting and whips it back. Caesar on this left-hand side. Hardacre works his way back towards the middle, but Lee's defence recovers well enough and holds out and will get the ball back, but close to their own line.
A challenging set for the Rhinos in defence. Hull FC picking up where they left off last week. I thought they defended really strong during the game, defended for each other, showed tremendous character whilst under siege against St Helens. They're missing a little bit. No John Asiata, no Will Price. So when it comes time to attack, a lot will go through the hands of Aidan Senior, the former Rhino.
Donald taking it out towards 15 metres covered away from his own line. Big day as well for Max Simpson. We'll be talking more about him as the day goes on, wearing the number 26 shirt, but he hasn't played a first-team game for 3 years. His first outing today since 2022, and here he is right on cue with a touch of the ball and a round of applause, I'm guessing, from all those inside the stadium who know his recent history. Just happy to see him back on the field. Alecki towards a halfway line. Leeds again, though, having run out of tackles, will have to kick on this, the last of the lot, and Brodie Croft, right foot, gets it downfield and taken safely enough here by Lewis Martin, who looks to return and finds a very willing Leeds chase.
Yeah, just going back to Keenan Paliasiani, he's probably been, for me, I know we all get mesmerised by Lockie Miller with the ball and the way he attacks, and Jake Connor, his craft, but the big prop forward has been the best player in a Leeds Rhinos shirt consistently during 2025. But it just shows the faith that the coach has in Presley Cassell, the 18-year-old. Scored 2 in 2 games and looks like he's growing in confidence every time he wears the shirt.
He's got incredible maturity, hasn't he? As you say, 18 years of age and playing at prop forward, that takes some doing, especially in the manner of which he's undertaken that. The kick is from Caesar. It's caught safely enough by Lockie Miller, who winds himself up and goes hurtling back with those defenders up sharpish to stop him in his tracks. Here's Hankinson, one of those recent arrivals. His former Salford teammate, as was mentioned in the build-up, Joe Shorrocks, on the bench today for a debut when he finally comes on, and Simpson will pick up and carry it another yard or two.
Go Phil, let's keep it quick, Yusuf.
Back towards Watkins, looking to just encroach inside that whole half. O'Connor at from dummy half. Harrowed back towards by Alecki. And O'Connor again on this, the last. It's with Croft. Hardacre, eyes on the ball as it hangs in those greyish skies above. But caught safely enough, and Hull now having to start from deep.
Zach Hardacre playing career number 400, played all over the field. He's a genuine rugby player, loves the ball in his hands, wants the attention, wants the responsibility, and he's been a strong leader in this Hull FC team.
Well, not just in this season, he's played all over the field, hasn't he? We've seen him in the second row and the centres and at full back. He has that ability to fill gaps that need filling. Barron with the carry. Just helped on its way by SASA. In to dummy half goes Burrow. Back to Caesar with a kick again, and he's making Miller having to shift position there, the full back, but he's done that with some pace and lots of safety. And Hull are up there smartish again.
Special mention there, James McDonnell does it week in, week out, putting pressure on the kickers. That's part of the reason that Lockie Miller catches on the full and he's able to advance the ball forward.
Ryan Hall, we talk about Hardacre's 400th career, it's Ryan Hall's 400th Super League appearance today, adding up to his reputation and pedigree. Of course, still leading the line as far as the all-time Super League try scorers are concerned. Croft comes out here towards McDonnell. Leeds in decent position. There's a kind of a nervous hush hanging over the stadium at the moment as Leeds look to build. It's with Croft, and now Jake Connor, and a no-look pass from him trying to open it up and look forward. Referee doesn't see it that way. So Leeds get a chance to have one more play here. This will be the last. Connor sticks it up there. It's a measured kick, which Hardacre has to scurry forward, and out comes Max Simpson, reading it well and making that tackle.
Yeah, he threatened to go high, didn't he? He threatened to wallop the ball, Jake Connor, but just dabbed it into the path of Zach Hardacre. It's in a nice arm wrestle phase, this game, isn't it? Both teams just softening each other up. Hasn't he played well, Lewis Martin? Top try scorer with 22 in Super League.
Yeah, 22 in 23 matches. That's quite the return, isn't it? And Hull FC again moving back to where they want to be. Here's Watts now, the old man of this side. He backs in and pushes back. He's one or two eyebrows when he skipped camps from Castleford to Hull earlier this season. It's back with Hardacre, who puts boot to it and through it. And again, there's a bit of distance to cover from Miller's point of view, but over there smartly enough. And a very decent, very efficient line that meets them.
Absolutely, yeah. They know they have to be on guard when he's returning the ball. That's why there's 8 players, 8 black and white shirts ready to meet Lockie Miller.
3 games left, of course, for every team after this weekend, but in particular these two sides that are playing here today, and some big matches to come as well. Hull with that reverse rivals game against Hull Kingston Rovers next week, so they'll want to be in fine form for that one, with or without league positions to play for. That's a great offload though, and it's kept Leeds going forward. It looked a little highish on Gannon, but the tackle is judged okay. O'Connor switching it back to Connor, and now Croft, and it's with Newman looking to thread it through, but that shouldn't be too much of a problem for Hardacre. The boot puts on it, and Newman does well to get up there to make sure he doesn't get too far.
It was actually a decent kick in the end by Harry Newman. Really developed and developing into a mature player over in the right centre for Leeds.
And his strike is particularly important today. No disrespect to Matt Simpson, but you'd expect him to be just a little bit match rusty given his long layoff. No signs of that so far, to be fair. Oh, Essa just crashes into Aledzki, gives him the big see you later. And Hull, as a result, are keeping it alive through Cust.
Well, Mikolaj Aledzki comes into this game with all manner of metalwork in that cheekbone injury of his. That'll have tested it out.
Here's Caesar and Lytton, and on its way here to Martin, who's looking at the outside route. Newman does well, but Martin does equally well to keep that ball alive and into the hands of Hardacre. Hardacre pushing them off as he travels towards the middle. The tackle is good, and there's one play to go. Hardacre slow to his feet, doesn't have the referee, just clearly. And taken on that far side from Hankinson. And Leeds start less than 10 from their own line. It is a good physical battle, isn't it, in these early stages? And that lifts the mood for Leeds.
That's the first penalty, isn't it? Both teams look like their mindset is kick to corners, compress your defensive line, and put some pressure on your opposition defensively. On that occasion, Ed Chamberlain just a little bit too high. And the referee blows for a relieving penalty for Leeds Rhinos.
So tap and go again, but this time
Ball then.
close to the halfway line. Simpson with that tap. Talking to their coach Bud Arthur before the game, says he knows very little about Max Simpson because he's not seen him playing so far, so he will be learning an awful lot about that centre today. There's a twist by Cassell, whom we've all learnt plenty of in the last couple of weeks. Back to Croft. Now it's with Connor, and a stop-start by Miller. It's Croft again, just directing Watkins back on his inside. It's carefully done here. They're trying to plan a route if they can. The offload looks to have been knocked on.
Yeah, it is. It's a knock-on. But I think, Dave, that's the philosophy, the attacking philosophy of Leeds Rhinos there. They're prepared to lose ground, lose metres, to find a player who's in a better position. Ultimately, that nice flick from Callum Watkins is just a little bit too ambitious. McDonnell not able to collect it, but it won't thwart them. They'll keep trying that. I think it's all born out of the way that Lockie Miller announced himself and arrived at the club. The game plan now suits Lockie Miller, and everybody's playing a similar pattern.
So we'll get it back again. I think we've got, I think meteorologically tomorrow is the last day of summer, but today feels very much like one of the last days of summer. There's still some heat in the air, isn't there? A little bit of sunshine dappling around as well, but neither side will be focused too much on the elements, just on what's ahead of them here. How can they progress? Graydon, 10 from the halfway line.
Move over the line,
Burrow
boys.
measuring up again, beyond Watts, and across eventually to Lane, who's going to be dealt with. Still a couple of strides away from the halfway, where they desperately hope to cross soon, and SASA gets in there. Beginning to run through the place though. Watts and Caesar, and here's Rapana, back in the centres, having played in the halves last week. Finds himself dealt with one to play. Here comes Cust, sending it high. Ball end over end, and Ryan Hall just moves into position. The timing of the tackle from Lane is pretty spot on, and Hall is stopped in his stride before he can even make that stride.
They're hard-working back five in the Rhinos shirts. Hankinson, Newman, Simpson, who'll have to find his feet, pretty sharpish. Hankinson on the ball, Ryan Hall collects the pass. They know what the job is, they know what the team needs them to do, and the black and whites, well, we've predominantly looked in terms of field position to our left.
O'Connor to Connor again. The combination of names. And Cassell takes his side just about into Hull territory. It's back with Connor. Another of those who's playing his former teams as well today. It's Newman who kicks over the top again and goes herring after that, so Hardaker's got to be sharp here and cannot get away.
Second time Harry Newman finds it on the last tackle. The previous time he kicked, it was on 4. His chase is hard, and his tackle technique is good at the back end of it.
Hardaker again is involved, as is Martin. So Hull just looking to build from the back once again here. Aaron helping it on its way to Rapana. Can't extricate himself from that pincer-like movement from those two Leeds defenders. This is Chamberlain. Again, there's an edginess to this. There's been no give, has there, so far in the game? Just the one penalty, and apart from that, both sides have had to work really hard for yards and hope for big kicks downfield like that. And Hankinson collects and returns, but again, the chase is good. He's done well there.
Yeah, he does well. He's running backwards. There could have been a potential for him to be disorientated. He catches it. His fullback shows in which direction to go, and again, they start the set on the front foot.
Real busyness from Simpson so far in the game, isn't there? A little buzz to his play.
I know he hasn't played since July 22, but he's been in and around the club, and it's, you know, it's going to be difficult for him, but he's keen, he's fast, and he's willing to work.
Well, there he is, almost picking a path again, but just about stopped. It's with Watkins. Oh, he wanted the offload, he's got the offload. It's gone backwards. Cassell helped it on its way. And O'Connor, no touch from Hull, so it remains the original tackle count, so there's only one to go. It's back with Connor again. Hardaker having a look, decides that it's his name on the ball, but it's a big leap, and Lane drops on it. And a bit of fortune from Hull's point of view.
Leeds compete for the ball. I think it's Lucky Miller who bats it back, but FC gleefully collect.
Great jump from Miller. But it's Hull who've got the chance to clear their lines again here.
We've hardly had a break, have we, Dave? 15 minutes on the clock. The ball has been in play for the bulk of it. You'll start to see a bit of fatigue in the middle.
Well, Caesar tries to pop one over the top. There's almost an intercepting opportunity for Hankinson. And the referee, Hull have it back again. And you saw the Leeds touch there, so it's another set. Oh, hang on. He's getting advice from the touch judge.
I think you're right, though, Dave. Leeds touch it. It's an attempted interception.
Have you got it back? Mate, have you got it back off Leeds, or? Back off Leeds initially. Okay, but it's Leeds' ball then, boys.
It's Leeds' ball. Leeds get it back again here. Well, there's going to be a captain's challenge.
Listen, I think they're right here.
Well, the initial went Hull's way, then the mind was changed, so the referee is asking for the captain's challenge.
Challenge unsuccessful.
Well, there you go. Knock on by Hull is the decision the video referee has made here.
Does Jake Connor knock that ball on?
Well, not from the video ref's point of view.
No. It appears. You've got to be so sure when you give your captain's challenge this early. What have we got on the clock there? 20 minutes. And of course, the referee says Harvey Barron knocks on. I feel certain that Jake Connor knocks on first.
Yeah. Well, you can hear what the Hull fans think of it. It is going to be Leeds head and ball. And a chance for a full set inside the Hull half here. And that's the challenge gone as well. That's the other problem, isn't it, for Hull
Absolutely.
FC? You have to be pretty certain when you go for it early in the game. Here's Newman. O'Connor stands and waits. Here's Watkins. Connor now. Miller's involved, and Simpson has the ball knocked out of his hands in the weight of the defensive effort, and Hull celebrate as if they have scored a try, both in the terraces, in the stands and on the field.
I believe in the rugby gods, Dave, I do. I think the right team gets the ball in the end. Good defence from Hull FC, up quick, shuts the play down. And the celebrations, we saw plenty of this. You and I called the game at St Helens. We saw plenty of that, plenty of resolve, resilience in defence, defending for one another. I think that's what John Cartwright has instilled in his team. You defend for each other, irrespective of the scoreboard. Don't worry about the scoreboard, just defend that threat.
Well, they've had a terrible record at this ground, haven't they, Hull FC this season, but I think it's 2 of the last 3 they've actually won. They've got renewed confidence, and they've got a position here from which they can build. Amir Burrow darting in. Aydin was a dummy runner. Burrow decided to go himself here. Zach Hardacre slotting into that engine roll again. Watts putting it back to Esse, who's proving to be a handful here. Malitsky again just takes a couple of steps back.
I think he knows where he's running, Herman Esse.
It's with Watts and now Caesar and Lane. Croft does well to stop the movement. Hardacre into Caesar. Back now for Aydin. Aydin with a push. Big leg drive from him. One play to go. Hull FC within range. Caesar again. Little kick over the top. Littens was on the chase, but Ryan Hall is a big force and presence back there. And plays the ball very quickly as well on that, the first tackle, to try and give his side a bit of leeway, but Hull's defence reacts well.
Also well, Ryan Hall catches the ball, digs his studs in to the turf, doesn't allow Hull FC to push him either over the sideline or the touchline. Great work from the veteran.
He's such strength, hasn't he? Such a huge force. Oh, there's a big hit. I think Liam Watts' shoulder involved there. So Leeds again just desperate to try and find a way out. Olejski. This is going to be the final play. Is there a 20-40 way out here for Connor? Well, he's just booted it down the middle. Anything will do just to give them a bit of respite as Hull come back again in the shape of Lewis Martin.
Full credit to Hull FC in defence. Really restricting the meters, trying to be dominant in the middle. Reap the rewards of that. Not only do they catch the ball closer downfield, but it's tiring Leeds Rhinos out, working away from that back line.
It's becoming a real feature at the back end of the season, is it, in these big games that mean much to both sides. It's popped over the top, and here's an opportunity for Lewis Martin, who puts the kick back towards the middle. Litton's on the chase, but so too is Brody Croft. Leeds have it back, but a thrilling moment for Hull FC.
Gorgeous ball, wasn't it, to put Lewis Martin into space. It's such an exciting edge for Hull FC. Davy Litton and Lewis Martin, two of the brightest kids in the game.
Here comes Simpson. I was going to say, I mean, this stage of the season, attritional would be the best way to describe these big matches.
We're at that time of year, we're at the pointy end, aren't we? The ground gets crisp, there's a bit of dew, it's a bit colder, and everybody starts to sharpen their arm wrestling game up.
Everybody knows that you cannot lose your focus for a second. It's back with Croft again.
Another good defensive set for Hull FC. Really investing, putting a lot of energy into the early stages. First quarter done, no score yet, of course, but I'd say psychologically Hull FC have dominated that first 20.
Well, they have earned themselves a bit of extra yardage here, haven't they, from the previous defensive effort. Here we are on tackle 3, and they're very nearly on the halfway line, so chance to launch something here. SA again just has a look.
And who does he run at? Nikolai Olejski.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, Dave. He's coming into this game off the back of an injury, nasty facial injury, Nikolai, and he's got to handle the big man.
Was that a touch? No, it was clumsy hands from Hull's point of view, and Watkins with a quickness of mind to get Miller moving, and now Hankinson on that left-hand side trying to cut back in again, but Hull's defence recovering well.
Brilliant transition, isn't it, from Leeds? As soon as they get the ball, the accelerator goes down.
Here's Miller. Another zero tackle again. Hooter standing in the background, so Leeds again starting a set. And look where they are. It's back with Croft. Croft switching it back towards the middle. Jared O'Connor waits at dummy half. Leeds in full flight. Watkins again, trying to get the arm away. Hull's defenders holding on grimly here. Wrapping up the intentions. Slowish and O'Connor, and back now to Connor, and miss out pass, and Ryan Hall on this, his 400th Super League appearance, will score his 263rd try of his marvellous career, and Leeds have the lead.
What a phenomenal player Jake Connor is. The best players in our sport make the most difficult skills look easy. He has that ball in his hand, his chin is up into the air, nobody has any idea who he's passing to, but he finds Ryan Hall. Here's the mistake that gifts Leeds the possession. Callum Watkins finds the fullback, and from the moment they got hold of the ball, the scramble defence of Hull FC was trying their best, but just look at his body. Jake Connor, for all money, you think he's passing to Harry Newman. Chin up in the air, cocks the ball back. A spin pass, bullet pass right on the money to the veteran winger, who improves the angle and gets the first try of the afternoon.
Well, so often as a whole player, a thorn in the side of Leeds. But now as a Leeds player, back with a little bit of reverse. Jake Connor, having created that, now has a chance to add another 2 as well here. And it's the first real attacking opportunity either side have had, hasn't it? The first spell of sustained pressure, the couple of resets, restarts to the tackle count, and Leeds taking full advantage. Connor just settling himself again here. Leeds fans in great voice. 83 goals so far for Jake Connor this season. Well, they're having a high old time of it at the moment, aren't they, those Rhinos supporters who do fancy there could be a grand final in the offing. Not been champions now for 8 years, 2017 the last time. Connor steps up and strikes it well, and Leeds lead here by 6 points in it.
It is an interesting question you ask about the terraces, the fans, the feeling from those Rhinos supporters. They're starting to believe, I think the players believe that they can get to Old Trafford. The fans are starting to believe that it just might be a possibility. They've got commitment to one another, and their opportunities have been sparse in this first 22, 23 minutes. And Jake Connor and Ryan Hall have taken one of them.
Well, what a man to have in the middle and what a man to have on the edge in terms of turning that opportunity into a try. Kick looks long here. The kick is long. Wow. Hardacre can't believe it. He's gifted Leeds a penalty back on the halfway line.
Wow, it was a fundamental mistake that handed possession over to the Rhinos for that try. And that's a basic error for a man the calibre of Zach Hardacre. 400 career games this afternoon.
Well, three balls on the field at the moment, so this is going to slow things down. One of those being in the in-goal area, so there's a ball boy on moving that. So a chance for Leeds to build again. Gifted this opportunity just moments after scoring the opening try. Wouldn't they love to go back-to-back? What a task here for Hull FC to keep them at bay. Newman's tap. The carry is by McDonnell. Right on the edge again. O'Connor. Now it's with Croft. Here's Aleczki. He's putting on the challenge, but Chamberlain is up to that with the tackle. O'Connor again. This is Cassell, who's not only in terrific form in terms of playing that position, but in try-scoring form as well, but not on this occasion. O'Connor again. Connor's moving late to the right-hand side. There's plenty of numbers over here. Watkins tries to bully it through the middle. Now Leeds switch left. Here's Cassell. Just having a go himself, but finding 3 defenders swamping him. O'Connor. Little dodge left. And a test for that right side Hull defence. 1 play to go. Couple of strides away. Back it comes for Croft again. The kick is high. Miller's getting up there. And the ball is back. And Watkins, Callum Watkins, might have got fingertips on this to score the try. The referee is going to go for the video ref. He says try on the field. Well, knocked back and grounded is what we're looking at. Let's hear from the video referee.
Okay, so we have a live call of try. We're checking onside, offside. Everyone to the right is onside. We'll run it through to the contest now. That's touched by Jake Connor. Just going to get another angle to see which direction that goes in. Okay, that's backwards by Jake Connor. So again, we can run through to this point. Is this a clean pick-up by Watkins? Okay, He takes possession there. Does his hand then ever come away from the ball? His left hand does, but I'm not sure about his right hand. Again, I'm not sure about his right hand. Let's check camera 5. Takes possession. Okay, we're just trying to work out, does his right hand ever come off the ball? We've identified his left hand does, but is there ever any separation with his right hand? Yeah, thank you. If we go slow, it's backwards by Jake Connor. If we go really slow, please. Just go back a few frames, please. Go back a few frames, please. Okay, due to the live call being try, I have insufficient evidence to say that the ball is lost. I have a decision.
Well, Leeds could be rolling back the years by a decade here. It could be a charge to a grand final. And first, Ryan Hall, and now Callum Watkins are the try scorers as this decision is confirmed.
What about Callum Watkins? What about his agility? He could have been playing for the Northern Superchargers. Gets down that quick, collects the ball. Brilliant stuff. Again, I keep saying the word veteran. Experienced player. Centre, back rower, loose forward. He knows as soon as he gets down, got a great chance to score a try. His hamstrings, they stayed just about intact. Great work. And it's the competition. Lockie Miller, the kick, and this Leeds Rhinos team are competing hard for everything in this game.
There's a real nostalgia buzz about Leeds at the moment, isn't there? Won't be long before they're dragging Barry McDermott back off the bench for a little bit of a spell. Talking of which, Cooper Jenkins has taken to the field while all that was happening, and Nikolai Aledzki has gone off. You'd imagine that would have been a planned move.
Yeah, he's put in a good shift there. He's got a good engine, Nikolai Aledzki, 25, 26 solid minutes.
So Jake Connor settling himself for what will be kick number 2, and Leeds lead here by 12 points to 0, and currently are on course to take that 3rd spot before the day is out.
Brodie Croft puts the kick in. Jake Connor, Lockie Miller all make it difficult, in fact too difficult, for Hull FC to collect in a threatening position. And Callum Watkins, so impressed with that athlete. A wonderful influence on everybody around him, but ultimately comes up with the 4-6 points his team desperately needed.
Hardacre with a restart which was about 11 yards shorter than the last one, which means that Leeds have got a bit of work to do. Cooper Jenkins with his first carry, having appeared from the bench. Here's Watkins again, looking to get things started from deep. Miller just injecting himself and ghosting past Cust, but Cust's up for another go, and Chamberlain's there as well.
Such a difficult man to get down, isn't he? He beats the first man nearly every time. I often think when he's returning the ball, he's looking for somebody to run into.
Lascelles lost it whilst on the stampede, and suddenly Hull have a chance to go the other way. SASA's taken a bit of a knock, it would seem, and Ed Chamberlain equally is just hopping out of that challenge. So a couple of concerns. Leeds are offside, so Hull get a penalty here, and SASA is not looking great.
No, he's not. No, he's not. Another man right at the back end of his first phase in this game. His first stint, heavily limping. I think it's almost when he's ducking down, isn't it, to affect the tackle.
Looked like he went into the tackle injured, didn't he?
And there's a hamstring on Ed Chamberlain.
SASA, I think, is coming off here. There's a posse of medics around him.
And I'll tell you what, Dave, they would be praying he's able to walk off. He's a big man to carry.
He's not looking great. This is just got it. Looked at he's pulled something.
Do you know what? That looks like an Achilles injury to me. He grabs his calf as he's ducking down, getting in the squat position.
Well,
I won't be surprised if that's an Achilles there.
that is a massive blow for Hull FC. Given what they're already missing as well, the likes of Asiata, Liam Knight.
Yeah, and he's a proud man as well, doesn't want to be helped off the field. He wants to make his own way off the field.
And it is a painful trek to the sidelines. And is that the last we see of it for a while? Hull FC will be hoping it's not as serious as it looks, because there are some key games to come for them in the next 3 weeks. And he's such a key player. Brad Fash is the man who's come on, by the way. Here's Aiden. Burrow. Sweet music to the ears for Hull FC if they can find some way through here, given the position they find themselves in. Ashworth. He's been danced around. Burrow picks up, decides there's a bit of confusion behind the rock. Hasn't got it down. So they're back on the 10-metre line. Here it comes again. Cust. Caesar. This is Lane and Hardacre. He's trying to delay the pass, but Newman's got his number. Litton. Caesar. Fash tried the quick pass. Took a blow off the hands of a Leeds player. Morgan Gannon, so it will be another set here for Hull FC. And just a renewal of enthusiasm as well as Cust tries the dummy, but Gannon's got him all over him. But they are getting closer. 10 minutes of the half remaining. Oh, the pass was straight into the wrong hands. The no-look pass, and he really should have.
Jack Ashworth, who came off the bench against St Helens last week, made a couple of key involvements. But Leeds Rhinos able to defend the line again. Yeah, he has no sight of Youssef Aiden, who he's passing to. He's more concerned with the bodies in front of him.
Loads to come, of course, in terms of what's happening today, let alone next week, and 2 very big matches as well. Joe Shorrocks is on the field for Leeds, so the latest debutant in a season that across the 12 teams has probably seen more debutants than any other year, one way or another. Connor puts it high. Hardacre looking to find a way to poke Martin through the gap, but the Leeds defence too good for that. And Ed Chamberlain, who also got hurt early, he's limping off too. Just in back play behind the Leeds line, so and he's not looking great either. It's a bit of a double blow for Hull FC in the last couple of minutes. Oh, the interception! Beautifully read by Jake Connor, and it is a gallop. A wonderful waltz to the line on the back of that. Leeds have their third, and Connor, having created one a few moments ago, has one created for him from the hands of Hull FC, and Leeds sprint to that very healthy lead.
Jake Connor takes the gamble, anticipates the pass from Brad Fash. Of course, they would have been teammates during their time at Hull FC. There's delight on the face of Jake Connor in front of the fans that used to adore him. As soon as he's certain he's going to score that try, looks up and says, have a look at what you could have won.
It has been a nightmare 10 minutes for Hull FC. 3 tries conceded, 2 players limping off, and certainly in the shape of Esse gone for the game, and probably Chamberlain as well. They are in all sorts of trouble, and Leeds are enjoying themselves on the back of that. 16-0 with a kick to come, and only 7 first-half minutes remaining.
In the last probably half a dozen games, what I've seen from the Rhinos players is a joy and an enjoyment and an element that I haven't seen for a while. They love what they're doing, whether they're defending, they're attacking, they're scoring. or the repelling teams back, they are enjoying their day's work. And that's Brad Arthur, that's what he's instilled in his team. Enjoy the rough stuff and celebrate the good.
Well, it is a revival of that, there is no doubt now for Leeds. Good times rolling back just at the moment. Connor looking for a third success from free kicks. He's taking all the time in the world, as well he might. No need to rush. In fact, more than all the time in the world. Eventually he strikes forward, and again it's the success you'd expect. 18-0 with just under 7 minutes to go.
What a special player Jake Connor is. His rugby brain, his rugby league IQ is absolutely off the scale. His anticipation is outstanding. He's always had that kind of stuff in his game, but the basics that he's doing for his team, the nuts and bolts that he's managing to do for his team and teammates, is one of the big reasons why Leeds are where they are at the minute.
And fascinating how Brad Arthur has managed it this year. I mean, right at the start of the year, when he was producing some magic moments, Brad Arthur refused to get carried away, didn't he? Just wanted to keep the players' feet on the ground. And
it's a very small thing, but they didn't give him one of the 1 to 13 squad numbers. They've made him work hard for everything that he's got. So he, in my opinion, he appreciates everything that he's getting at the minute, because he's had to work hard for it.
Well, plenty of other teams around that top-end grouping that will have different thoughts, but Leeds are certainly confident at the moment of maybe going all the way, as is Lockie Miller with the break. Croft in support, and that was a forward pass, but they've got it away with it. Lissoni was about 3 yards past when he took that. It's back with Croft. Croft with a dummy, looking for any kind of support. One play to go. O'Connor, it's with Miller. Long and searching for Jake Connor. Connor sliding it through, bounces up into hands superbly well. And Leeds with another, and again it's Connor that creates. And it is try number 4.
Well, I think they got away with one there, didn't they? That pass to Sam Lissoni was forward a mile, but there is no doubting the quality of execution at the back end. A beautiful kick. Let's have a look at the break. Lockie Miller, right footstep. In support is his number 6, Brodie Croft. My word. Oh, we're playing NFL for a second then. But the Rhinos, they don't wait for the whistle. They go down the other end. And it's our man again, Jake Connor, with the ball on a string, puts it into the path. It bounces up into Morgan Gannon's hands, and they are well and truly in command of this game. Wow, let's have another look at this. Tom Brady would have been proud of it.
Well, what a horrible first half from Hull FC's point of view. What a joyful first 40 minutes or so this has been for Leeds. Gannon in his 6th try of the season.
Big noise to our left. The Rhinos fans in full voice now, appreciating the free-flowing rugby league on show today.
A couple in the Challenge Cup, 4 in the Super League for Gannon. So Connor just settling himself again. What a part he's played here today against the Hull FC side he was very much a part of for 6 years. Just a couple of years ago when that all ended. And over it goes, 24 points to 0 and 4 minutes to go.
The 4th try of the afternoon is a real beauty. Morgan Gannon, a young player who's had his injury woes, will leave the club at the end of the year, but put in a good shift in, determined to leave the club in the right way. A right-footed kick from Jake Connor. It's beautiful stuff, isn't it? Confident play from the Rhinos.
So Hardacre settles the ball again, just to get things underway. Big boot from him. Catch is safe enough, and here comes the challenge once more from the big men. And Hull FC just desperately clinging on here, just holding on by their fingertips to a game that is drifting past them. Such an important game, but this home form that has been horrific this season just seems to be revisiting at the moment as Leeds look to build again. Miller holding off defenders. Well, we tried to get it away, but it's gone to ground in untidy fashion, and Watts will pick up, and Hull get a chance to maybe test this Leeds line, and boy do they need a try before the half-time hooter sounds. Oh, and now Liam Watts has stayed down. And what a terror, what a calamitous first half in terms of health Hull have had. SA Chamberlain, and now, in all possibility, Liam Watts. And again, he's not the kind of player you'd expect to stay down, but again, a lower limb injury. Just having a feel as to what it might be, and typical of the fella, he gets up, and I think he wants to play on here. Yeah, little stretch. Yeah, I'll be okay. Might be broken, but I'll be okay. And thumbs up from the physio, and that will be some light relief for the Hull coach John Cartwright, because he could ill afford to lose 3 of his forwards, his starting forwards, in this opening 40 minutes. Well, it's gone on report. Put this on report, so obviously Liam Watts complaining about some involvement from a Leeds player there. Caesar. Aydin now will try and push, but so many Leeds defenders in and around. Burrow looking to deliver again. Across to Caesar. Here comes Cuss. Cuss with a short pass, and Fash trying to break. Burrow. Cuss once more. It's Caesar, and Caesar delaying the pass, but Lane has lost possession, and Croft's immediate instinct is to try and get things going from an attacking point of view. Simpson almost making a break, and it's a penalty for Leeds. Liam Watts again, I think, involved here. And a tap and go from Lockie Miller, who favours they can make more distance with ball in hand than by boot. And the argument is justified, because he's covered a good 25 metres there. Here's O'Connor, helped on its way by debutant Shorrocks. O'Connor again. Back with Croft. And Lissoni with a powerful effort, but Hull's defence refuses to buckle. Lissoni quick and up. And O'Connor again. Dummies to Shorrocks. He wants to have a go as well, but Aydin and Fash making sure he isn't going to go to the distance. Miller. Lissoni and Croft, and sliding it through, and the chase is on. And just enough on that from Lewis Martin to steer it back to safety. But Hull are forced to drop out underneath their own sticks again. There might not be time for Leeds to get the ball back. Shot clock is on. Hull are going to use every second of this if they can. There's still 12 seconds of the shot clock to go. One play for Hull to hold out. Oh, and Hardacre just dummying the kick. That uses up a few more seconds. That's experienced player to the fore. Straight into the hands of Croft. So it's going to be a drop goal attempt from Croft, but it's a long way wide. And as it drifts wide, the hooter will sound in just a couple of seconds' time. There we go. That is the end of that first half. But what a performance by the Leeds Rhinos. 4 tries. Jake Connor very much at the heart of that, setting themselves up for a winning platform. And Hull on the other side of that, not only looking down the barrel of a poor first half scoreline, but also having lost 2 of their key players, Herman Sasa and Ed Chamberlain. Both see not only finding themselves behind by those 4 scores, but having lost SASA and Chamberlain. We've had Ed Chamberlain confirmed as having a hamstring injury, so that doesn't sound great for what's to come after today. And Herman SASA is still being assessed, but the way he walked off the field, that was pretty painful to watch. Never mind enact. And as far as Leeds are concerned, well, no great worries for them. 4 tries, 4 goals, some of them crafted superbly in that opening period, and a 24-0 that has put them on a firm course for 3rd place. They'll leapfrog over St Helens and Lee if it stays like this or indeed improves. And Barry McDermott, I think they'll be hoping for an improvement in the second half.
Of course they will. I think in terms of Leeds Rhinos, there were some basics, there was some simplicity in what they were doing, although the tries looked amazing when they were scored. It were off the back of some hard work and, as I say, some simple work. For Hull FC, listen, they've got to tighten up that defence, look after the ball, don't hand opportunities, and gradually grind their way back into this game. That looked forward too.
Forward as well.
My word.
They're getting away with some. Touch judges on either side, not giving that. Referee not necessarily in the ideal position to make that judgment. Well, he's behind the 40-metre mark when he lets fly with that, but that arcing bounce makes it a lot easier for Lewis Martin to deal with than it might have been. But again, led by Jared O'Connor, Leeds defence is up there swiftly enough.
He does that week in, week out, doesn't he? Jared O'Connor works exceptionally hard in defence, sets the line, sets the tone, and everybody does the best to meet and resist.
If Hull failed to make the 6, and that's certainly not a given because there are still so many games to go, 3 games to go after this for them, and Wakefield have to do their job as well. But if they do fail to make the 6, they might look back on that 14 minutes in the first half here as costing them so much.
Morgan! Go 5.
Conceding scores and suffering injuries. Back to Hardacre. As well as it, but is there a recovery in them here today? That would be quite a story if they could from here. It's Ryan Hall who will try to bring it back.
1.
It's interesting, I was at pitch side watching both teams run off the field. Leeds Rhinos obviously with a spring in the step, jogging off together, but Hull FC jogging off together, talking, communicating. So there is a desire to fix it up. The instruction from John Cartwright, I'm sure, again, he would have stripped it back to its basics. Talked about discipline with and without the ball.
Hankinson, and as so often comes into the calculations at this time of year, is points difference, and of those chasing that second spot, you'd say that Leeds' points difference is the one that needs improving the most. So maybe there's an opportunity for them here today. They would consider to perhaps fill their boots.
Move back.
O'Connor.
Still got it. Go 5. Still got it.
It's with Croft. Underneath it is what proves to be the safe pair of hands of Lewis Martin. And he's just about in the field of play, and Hull desperately needed that starting
look
position.
Where he's collecting that ball, look where he's playing it from. Really difficult position to try and get any kind of momentum in your set of 6. That'll do.
Superbly well.
2 teams.
A little bit of flight of fancy, feigning his way forward again as Rapinoe will take it on 2. Outside backs with a job to do here.
Stand for wide. Come straight to floor 4.
Burrow. Caesar running with intent.
Move wide.
Going to have to kick from inside their own half again. Hardacre's just back. A strider 2. Avoiding the charge of Shorrocks. The kick is good, but straight into the hands of Lockie Miller. And here comes a return full of intent again. Hankinson. 20 from the halfway line.
Space. Go 1.
Connor. Looking left, a twist. And a turn from Gannon.
Move in the line here, Jack. Hold. Go 2.
Connor. Simpson.
Move.
Can be pleased with his return, can he, the 21-year-old? Jenkins upended close to that halfway line. O'Connor now Looking to deliver for Lissoni again. The soft-handed pass from him to Shorrocks, and Shorrocks with the offload. And there in support is O'Connor. And O'Connor suddenly puts a hammer down. And support on the inside as well from Croft, whose step is decisive. And it is a try from nowhere. But left Hull FC clutching at shadows. And Leeds starting the second half as they finish the first very much in their pomp.
Well, Dave, I spotted it from up here. Liam Watts, who only plays in short stints, and because of the injury to Herman Esse, will have to do big blocks of work. He's trying his best to get back on defence. You can see in the big number 41, he's got his back to play. Jared O'Connor exploits the space, and then that beautiful balance and footwork of Brodie Croft gives Leeds Rhinos another 6. Jared O'Connor again, when in doubt, accelerate, finds a pass. Even though he had options to pass Brodie Croft, he's a try scorer. He wants one for himself.
Well, that has potentially knocked the stuffing out of Hull. It's going to be a test of their psyche, no doubt about that. Brodie Croft with Leeds' 5th try of the afternoon. It's a pattern that began emerging midway through that first half and has just been relentless ever since. And Jake Connor right in front of the sticks with the easiest conversion attempt of the day from his point of view.
Are they all right now?
Just a little stretch, a little look, no rush, despite the ease of what's ahead of him. Hull's defenders behind the sticks. Very little conversation going on. There have been plenty at half-time. And nothing much has changed from their point of view, because they still have this huge mountain to climb here. 30 points to 0 they find themselves behind.
Right up the middle, they've been bust. You can see there's not too much deception in the pass from Sam Lissoni. He finds a support player in Shorrocks, and from the following play of the ball, Hull FC were in disarray in defence. Gaps and space all over the place. It's too tempting for the Rhinos.
Well, Hardacre strikes that ball again. He's getting some decent practice of restarting games at the moment, isn't he? And Leeds looking to build.
Move all the way, Jack.
Well, lots of rugby league coming, of course, on Sky Sports. And right after this one on Sky Sports Plus, Wakefield against Huddersfield, and Wakefield will be licking their lips at what they're watching here, because they have suddenly been given an opportunity to end the weekend in the top 6, because a win for them will see them leapfrog Hull surely now. And with a run-in to come. And this is the way they're lining up as well in that game. Rourke back at full-back for Wakefield. Truman and Lino in the halves as Leeds threatening to go again.
Lovely stuff with the forwards.
Quickly taken on, and a ball over the top. Just Simpson couldn't get hold of that, couldn't get it in control.
Max Simpson was always reaching for that pass when it drifts over, but lovely interplay between the forwards at Leeds. It ends up with Cooper Jenkins with the ball.
Just a quick word on Simpson as well here. I mean, mistake here, but we mentioned it a little bit in the first half, but injured in a game against Toulouse, July the 16th, 2022. It was an ankle foot injury. Since then, he's accumulated a lot of injuries. So there's been 3 really frustrating years for a player who just made his breakthrough back then. Jamie Jones-Buchanan having given him his debut as standing coach. But he's been, as Barry says, around that Leeds club and working his way back, and what an opportunity for him to come back today. Hardacre for Hull.
For him, Dave, obviously, I've had plenty of injuries in my time. First of all, getting on the field, and second of all, getting off the field in the same state will be the priority. Big contact. Sam Lissoni driving Brad Fatch back.
All the way.
Well, they've been good with ball in hand, but I tell you what, their defence has been pretty keen as well here, hasn't it, Leeds?
Well, they'll be keen to keep to the standard set in the first half. Obviously, they were in full control.
It's taken on by Ashworth. Burrow. Caesar. He's looking for the inside support as a way of trying to trick his way through, but not allowed to do so. Last play here, Hull. So Hardacre again. Just testing that defensive line of Leeds. Oh, that's a great leap there, and Kuss kicks it over the top, and Miller makes sure it goes out of play.
Good stuff.
Brilliant leap from Martin, I think it was, on that far side.
Yeah, good stuff from Hull FC. They might be getting beat on the scoreboard, but they can't afford to focus on that now. Moments in the game, breaking it down to individual battles and competing for everything. They're going to get a look at the Leeds line for the first time in a long time.
10 seconds.
Well, credit to the black and whites, putting some pressure on their opponents here. That's a huge,
what about that for a drop out?
Oh my goodness, it's a good job Kate Kuss got as high as he did. Otherwise, that
he only knows one way to play.
And Ashworth is absolutely smashed. Laidlaw, I should say, absolutely smashed.
I like him.
Back here, Brody.
Burrow and now Caesar. Sends back towards the middle again from Litton.
Cooper Jenkins. Matty Laidlaw going bang at it.
Burrow again. Kuss onto the line. No look pass for Fash to try and force a way through. Couple of plays for Hull FC. Opportunity knocking, relatively speaking. Kuss dropping it back. There's still an appetite here from Ashworth. Spun to the ground, but the ball's been lost.
How can that be forward?
And Leeds get it back again now. Knocked it forward and then it bounced back, is what the referee says.
Well, we're only 50 minutes into this game, but the 50-50 calls have definitely gone to the away team. It looks like he might have twisted something whilst involved in that collision. Let's have another look at it. Never in a million years. That's not a knock-on. It's not an offload. Let's get that.
Well, for all the
Imagine if they'd have had a captain's challenge, Dave.
For all the pain that he was in, it's good to see that Jack Ashworth is back okay. And Leeds with possession again, but very close to their own line. They will start things, and Ryan Hall looking to make as much as he can from that position. Hall muscling up, trying to reduce the yardage if they can, but threat from Leeds comes even from this deep, doesn't it, with the speed. That's another forward. That's a hat-trick of forward passes. They've somehow managed to negotiate. Shorrocks and Connor, and a step again from Gannon.
I walked past somebody in the crowd and they said it looks like Sky have started the NFL coverage early.
This is Croft, and worked to that right side, and Hall. So they are just inside the whole half, but only one play to go. Connor again, jumping a leap from Miller. Easily dealt with by Barron, and chance to get some yards under his belt before he eventually hits that Leeds line. Now it's with Kate Kuss and Rapana. Hull desperate for some good news in this second period. Trying to create it for themselves here. Hardacre.
They're lacking a spark, aren't they, Dave? Somebody, somebody in a black and white shirt needs to show something and throw something at Leeds.
Well, is it that they are lacking a spark, or is it that Leeds have just thrown the fire blanket over them so far with their defensive efforts? There's a kick for the chase on that left-hand side for Martin, but even that doesn't go their way, and Lockie Miller comes up.
Ryan Hall does a magnificent job of
what an illegal draw, as it turns out.
Yeah, I spotted it. It looks like the touch judges spotted it. They're both running in the same direction. Ryan Hall, yellow shirt. Lewis Martin, white shirt, just bumps him out of the way. Let's have a look at it. This is the best angle to see it from. He alters his line. I think he does a good job, Lewis Martin. He does a good job of emphasising the point.
But Hull have been given position here, and another set of 6 as well. So returns back to 0 as Rapinoe takes it forward. Can they make something of this? Can they lift the black and whites? Watching on. It's with Burrow. Hardacre. Offering to several, giving it to Caesar. Cuts now with a dummy, but just his way blocked. Croft got down and made sure he was true to the defensive effort. Shorrocks. Caesar. Ashworth. And he's offloaded that after the shout of held. Seen that a couple of times this weekend already. Ashworth plays. Burrow goes out. Caesar again, sliding it in. Hall will watch this. Oh, there was a dive, but the ball was out of play, and it will be attacked back on the 20. Cool stuff from Ryan Hall.
Ryan Hall, he's got a fresh scar on the top of his eyebrow. Has to get on his bike. Again, judges it to perfection.
Well, ball, steal. Penalty for Leeds, and they can resume an attacking role on the back of this.
Oh, the good teams, if an opportunity doesn't come off, they dig in, they defend, and they look for the next opportunity. And what Hull FC have done is handed an opportunity 30 metres down the field. Amir Burra, with his hands all over the ball, gives the referee an easy decision to blow his whistle.
Pass you as well, Harry, you're holding him. Hold on, making them all.
Croft. Shifted left, and Connor again pumps it back to Miller, and here's an opportunity for Hankinson, but defence comes across from Harvey Barron, and Hankinson spills the ball. And an apology from him, because he's wasted an opportunity, but wasted a position as well.
He does everything right, Harvey Barron, doesn't he? He waits, looks at his man, checks his man, moves on to his opposite number, makes the tackle and forces the mistake. Another good young prospect coming through the ranks at Hull FC, Chris Hankinson. Well, he was brought in from Salford because of his utility value. He can play at full-back, centre winger, in the pack if needed.
Big task for Hull here, isn't it? Just to clear their lines from here. Just to get themselves downfield as quickly as they possibly can. Leeds are not releasing their grip on the game. Oh, and that's slow from Barron. Referees declared him okay, but I think Harvey Barron would beg to differ. Tom Briscoe's come on, by the way. Jack Ashworth having gone off, so Briscoe emerging for the first time onto the field here, and Caesar trying to make something happen. Wrapping up. Laidlaw. Briscoe into the right centre's position. Caesar again forced to kick off that left foot. It's a low trajectory. He was aiming for the sidelines, but well covered and easily covered by Hankinson, and Leeds given a starting position again, which will give them more encouragement here as they look to bust that whole line again. Here's Simpson. What have you made of his return, Max Simpson?
As I say, he's got to get off the field in the same condition. I think purely, not necessarily self-preservation mode. He'll want to be involved in this game. I'm sure he'll want to try. He's a back, Dave. That's what they class as a good day's work. But
that was another forward pass, by the way. From Shorrocks.
Everybody in the organisation at Leeds wants him to do well. Max Simpson really had a difficult period, to put it mildly.
Croft. Want to go.
Get back.
Wriggles himself free. It's with Connor. Sticking it high. Barron's underneath it, and despite what was coming his way, he kept his nerve and kept his eye on the ball. And Hull find themselves just about in the field of play.
Just about. It's a metre, isn't it? Again, Jared O'Connor up, hitting hard and driving backwards.
Briscoe fancied he was being back, going to be back over the goal line there, so just try to offload, and luckily for him it was wasn't the case, and he did keep a hold. Burrow going left. There's Lytton.
I just feel like Leeds have been better at this part of the game. Whenever they've had to receive the ball, more often than not, they've received it on their terms. They've made more metres, generated more momentum. So when it comes time to hand the ball over in the form of a kick, they've been in a better position. Just look where they're kicking from, FC.
Caesar's kick is wobbling in the air, but Lucky Miller underneath it. Back with Hankinson, who's searching back for a middle path, but Brad Fash leading the challenge from Hull. Here's Connor. And look where Ryan Hall is at the moment.
They spread the work well, don't they? We've talked about that back five. Everybody gets in and does the job that they're not supposed to do, but they're willing to do it for the teammate.
Newman with a press. Jared O'Connor at dummy half again. 3 tackles in the bank. It's going to be driven on by Presley Cassell.
Move, perhaps 10 now, boys.
O'Connor decides the left side is the way to go, because that is where it's lost by Miller, and a cleaner pick-up for that for Harvey Barron. Could have seen him galloping all the way, but he was just hampered by the bounce.
Agreed, he just needed a better bounce so he could get up to full pace as quick as possible. But just like the Rhinos have done in attack and defence, they're back, set and ready to deal with the threat.
Midway through this second half, just the 1 try conceded in the second period by Hull FC. Supporters may have feared the worst when Brodie Croft went in just 5 minutes after the break. That could be a bit of a cakewalk in the second half, given Hull's travails with their injuries, but not so far. Hardacre. And it was a Leeds hand that touched that last, so Hull will get it back here.
Leeds, it's another ball, and it's going to be an handover. Where do you want it, boys?
Well, Hull FC have to enjoy the time that they've got in possession. They've got to be productive, and with the scoreboard looking as it is, they've got to do something. And as bad as this has been for Hull FC, we can almost guarantee that there'll be a big response on Sunday in that mouth-watering derby against Hull KR.
Well, a reminder there of what's still to come this afternoon. The 2 Super League games, NRLW as well tomorrow, which you can look forward to in the early hours. But 2 big games in Super League this afternoon. Wakefield with a chance to progress their claims for the playoff place against the Huddersfield team, who've nothing left to play for, but as they proved against Warrington last week, aren't just throwing the season away, they are trying to spoil everybody else's campaign, in the words of their coach Luke Robinson. And then later Catalan against Wigan, and this is going to be a penalty for Hull for a high tackle, and a chance to build again here.
Absolutely, they're just starting to get a little bit now, aren't they? It appears the 50-50 calls have gone in the favour of the Rhinos, but they're now starting to get a little bit of luck going their way. It's a line tackle, but Aidan Caesar and Ryan Hall's collision and confrontation results in a penalty.
So tap and go for Hull FC. Looking to rebuild a little confidence ahead of what's ahead of them in the next 3 weeks. Oh, and the effort coming in from Simpson. But the ball came free off him, and so Hull get it back again.
Does a decent job recognising what's in front of him, Max Simpson. We thought there might be some rustiness, but there doesn't look like there is. Must have been working hard on the training field. Comes in, Cade Cust, and does his job on Cade Cust and gets a hand to the ball.
Has played a couple of reserve team games in the last few weeks.
Heads in. Heads in, boys.
They won't have looked anything like this, Dave, though.
No.
That is the point, isn't it?
Shot clock runs down. In it goes, out it comes. Here's Briscoe, fresh to the scene. Trying to create something with that diagonal effort and giving his side a decent starting position here in this set. And you can hear the ripple of encouragement from the Hull fans as well as Cust takes it forward, but grabbed a hold of by Morgan Gannon. Another set, holding on too long. So 6 more to go. Hardacre.
1. Chase, get off him. Hold it. Hold. Can I hear that, Zach? Can I hear?
James Bentley all over the situation again. Oh, and out of dummy half, it's taken by Aydin this time.
Oh, get off the ball. Hold it here. Hold.
Edging ever closer. 2. Inching to where they want to be.
2.
Oh, that puts a full stop to that.
What a shame.
Aidan Caesar, of all players, unable to hold on. And Leeds get some relief again here.
What a shame. A bit of possession at the right end of the field. They can't do anything with it. There's nothing wrong with the pass. 6 o'clock floating pass, but he's still good enough to catch that and do something with it. James Bentley, he does make me smile when he's on the field. He is the master disruptor, isn't it?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Gets under opposition's skin.
10 seconds now, heads in.
You can never accuse him of not getting involved, can you?
And he's another one that Brad Arthur's managed to refine his game, just knock off the edges. And it's that refined aggression that we see more often than not.
So Leeds come again. Oh, there's a concern here. There is a concern. Max Simpson on the bottom of that. And immediately, you always know there's a problem when players on the field appeal to the referee to stop it.
We've got offside here, Chris. Come on, Briscoe.
Well, let's see, we're offside. He's back on his haunches.
Yeah, it will be reviewed as well. Time off. We've got Briscoe offside.
So penalty for Leeds, but for the offside, not for the challenge.
Yeah.
And as much as there was plenty of concern at the start of this little incident, I think minds will be a little relieved at the fact that Max Simpson is sitting up here.
Well, he'll have a level of anxiety and nervousness at this level for the first time in a long time, but so will his teammates.
Look what's happening behind here, because as he's being treated, the Leeds players are all in a huddle. They got straight away in a ring, a huddle.
And look at Hull FC. Doesn't that tell a story?
Yeah, Hull FC in dribs and drabs, 3s and 4s, but Hull kind of Leeds, I should say. It's like it's a refocus. OK, fellas, we've got this one, but we need to move on from here again.
Yeah. And I came into this game, obviously, Leeds Rhinos outstanding last week in their match and the demolition of Hull KR. But I was so impressed with Hull FC in defeat at St Helens, the way that they stuck together, the way that they defended for each other, and they showed a character in that game that I haven't seen for a while.
Well, a reminder, or to tell you if you missed it a little early, Ed Chamberlain, we're told from the sidelines, has a hamstring injury, and Herman Essay, the way went off, looked dreadful for him, but they are still assessing the nature of his injury. But it looked in that ankle area, didn't it?
Calf stroke Achilles was the information I got from the sideline. He can still move his foot, so it's not as serious as they first thought. Well, listen, if you're tired, have a little lie down.
Absolutely.
I think he's playing Sleeping Lions there, Samless on it.
No, mate.
It's like he's on a Saturday afternoon out in Hull.
He's getting used to his surroundings, of course.
This is what's to come. 3 to go. Huddersfield away, Catalan at home, and Wigan away. The way they are playing at the moment, you'd put them down as favourites for the next 2.
Yeah.
And an absolute humdinger on that last game. And who knows, that could be a decider for who finishes second.
And I think it's at Wigan, isn't it? So it's away at Wigan. Yeah, it's away at Wigan.
Yeah. I mean, points difference is an issue. Leeds at the moment are 2 behind Wigan. And they will, well, if they win today, they go level. But if Wigan win at Catalan, it remains 36 points for Wigan, 34 for Leeds. But the points difference is very much in Wigan's favour. Plus 339 before the day began to Leeds is plus 264. But of course, that's closed a little as well. And that's narrow enough for Leeds to overturn that over the next couple of weeks.
There has been some mighty games between Wigan and Leeds during the Super League era. And that's going to be right up there. Round 27, well, I mean, Wigan versus Leeds.
There's Hull KR Hull. There's Leeds Wigan against St Helens. I mean, there's so much to look forward to over the next few weeks. There really is. And that top 6, Wakefield will be hoping they can gain an advantage today, but 7 teams still with a hope of a grand final at the end of the year. Some you'd make clearer favourites than others to make it to Old Trafford, but the nature of the competition is you can't write anyone out at the moment. More clues to the top 6 coming up later as well. 5:25 on Sky Sports Plus for Wakefield against Huddersfield. As we said, Huddersfield in no mood to lie down and let others run over the top of them. And Wigan going to Catalan. Joel Tompkins hoping that he can do one against his former club, but Wigan will be going there. Sky Sports action just before 8 o'clock tonight in high hopes. Still the stoppage here because Max Simpson, having got up on his haunches, now finds himself lying on his back, and they're taking every precaution with him here, aren't they?
As they should do, yeah. The medical staff just taking over, advising the player, let's do this properly, do this correctly. And not 5 minutes ago we were talking about Max Simpson and his goals and objectives for this game. Your heart sinks when players go through this, let alone when they're coming off the back of such a lengthy period.
Well, Leeds' domination of the game beginning back in the 22nd minute of the first half, when Mr. Reliable Ryan Hall managing to get over in the corner.
The story of the first half for me was Jake Connor. He's been relatively quiet in the second half. It's his pass for Ryan Hall's first try, his knockback for the second try, his interception for the third try, and he gallops 30-40 metres downfield with a smile on his face, smiling at all those fans behind the sticks. And then this kick is beautiful, judged to perfection, direction, distance and weight. It just flops into the hands of Morgan Gannon. That was the first half. Now, I really enjoy seeing forwards pass to forwards and their ability to just promote the ball rather than just being battering rams. And that was the foundation of that first try of the second half. And you can see the players in the background now just taking the opportunity. The adrenaline's just started to drop. You just want to get back moving.
Yeah, 15 minutes to play. This is not doing anyone any favours, is it? But least of all, of course, Max Simpson.
But they have to take the time that they need, don't they?
Yeah.
Even if this is a complete waste of time, everybody in this stadium would be fine with it. Such, you know, rugby league players put the body on the line in everything they do. It's a cliche to talk about the collisions that are almost akin to a car crash every time they carry the ball, every time they make a tackle. Sometimes things go wrong, but what we've got to do is make sure we've got the players' welfare first and foremost at the front of our minds.
Well, this will be the last we see of Max Simpson today, because we're being told he'll have an HIA when he comes off, and there's only 15 minutes and 13 seconds remaining, so there's not going to be time for him to come back on again, even if he passes that. And Callum Watkins is ready to replace him, standing on the sidelines at the moment. But the level of care here is just wonderful to see, isn't it? You know, so often we see this and maybe fear the worst, but so often when this happens, the player is relatively okay. It's just that the medical staff want to take every precaution, and that's why it's taking the time it is. Historical day today for Hull FC as well, because they are celebrating the 20th anniversary of their famous Challenge Cup final win back in 2005 in Cardiff over the Leeds Rhinos, and one or two of their ex-stars are here today as well, aren't they? Barry, you've had a chat with one or two of those Hull players. Richard
Swain looks virtually in the same condition that he did when he played.
He said the same about you.
Shane McMenemy looks slightly different. He's looking strong.
One of Hull's big days, of course. John Keir, the coach that day. He's not here today because his Batley side are in action this afternoon. Well, they both had their warm-ups again, both sets of players, and they just steady themselves again, because hopefully the restart is imminent. It's been a long stoppage, this, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Chance to reset, and again the Leeds players just finding themselves in a little bit of a huddle here. They realise that the game is going to start again very soon, and so there they go, get themselves in a huddle, a little bit of a team talk, the senior voices having their say. Let's just get ourselves back into the mood and let's see this one out.
And look who's talking, Lockie Miller. He's hardly, in terms of appearances and rugby league experience. He's hardly the most experienced player in that huddle, but he's the dominant voice, as is the role and responsibility of a modern-day fullback.
Well, this was the build-up to game. We mentioned that 2005 Challenge Cup final. This was some of those heroes from
Jamie
yesteryear.
Thackeray, Paul King on deck, Chris Chester. King is looking good, Nick, as well. Richard Swain with the ball. Yeah, good players, great players in the time. Shane McMenemy, Ireland international, and good men. Well done. Made a big journey and a big effort to get over here. Steve Crooks done a massive amount of work in the community, bringing players in. Richard Horn, lots of players, and Ewan Dow's just at the top right of the screen. Danny Brough, they're all there.
Yeah, sunglasses on for Shane McMenemy, and others watching on as well.
Well done, Hull FC.
Not quite the celebration they would have been hoping for today in terms of delivering a performance on the field, but great memories, and a nice warm applause as well from all around the stadium as Max Simpson, having been carefully placed on that stretcher, is going to be carried off. Not the ending to the game that he would have been hoping for at the end of his long-awaited return from the injury list. But he'll have been pleased at least to get back on the field and be hoping that this is not as serious as it looks at the moment.
Yeah, everybody's crossing their fingers and toes to make sure he's okay, and it is purely precautionary.
So Leeds start again. What do you do here? Put your head down and just get a couple of sets out of the way, Barry, to refocus?
Yeah, and again, looking at Lockie Miller, looking at his instruction to his teammates. It'll be something along those lines. Brad Arthur, he likes to keep it simple, build into a game. But then you've got the jack-in-the-box that is Jake Connor, who can throw absolutely anything at you.
15 minutes remaining. Leeds comfortable at the moment. O'Connor.
Keep it quick on the air, got two.
Croft goes right, collects now. Little skip and a jump, but no way through on that occasion from McDonald.
Brad! Oh no! Hold! Go first.
Croft again. Delivering it back to Shorrocks. And Gannon with a step back on the inside, but Cust just getting his shoulder down and rattling that into the hip area of the Leeds forward. Bentley challenging them with a galloping run forward again, but there's only one play to go. The end of the set, O'Connor skips it out to Croft again. The short pass from him. The defending is good there to make sure it can't be promoted, and Hull will get it back, but only 5 from their own line.
Well, Presley Cassell does well catching the ball virtually in the defensive line. It's a very good skill in itself. The closer contact that you get, the harder it is to catch the ball often. And Hull FC, it's a familiar pattern, isn't it? They receive the ball virtually on their own line, and they try to get as far downfield as possible.
Well, they still hope they can resurrect their playoff hopes, Hull FC, but my goodness, it's going to be difficult after this. Especially given the personnel again that they will be missing. Burrow. Fash. Not a lot of go forward at the moment. 4 tackles gone. Iden. Just advancing the cause by 5, maybe 10 metres at the end of that, with metres after contact, but with 1 play to go, it's going to be a job for Rappenaar to deliver this ball as high as he possibly can. Miller's underneath it. It's all about catching the ball. There's no other concern there for him. And then has a little look around to see how he can progress from here. Oh, and he's lost it. But it's stolen. Stolen again.
It's a corner cut again, isn't it? Those are the parts of the game that John Cartwright will look at and say, look, boys, it's just unnecessary. We've just had 10 minutes stood, regathering our composure, getting the breath back into the lungs, and then Cade Cust can't resist having a little snatch at the ball. And it's easy for the ref.
Well, we are being told that Herman Esse is back on the touchline, but his leg is strapped up at the moment, and it's a calf injury, we're being told. And a calf pull at this stage of the season is a tricky one to get past, isn't it?
Yeah.
6 again.
Another set of 6 here for Leeds.
I warn you, the last set.
6 to go from here. Croft. And back with Miller. Miller gets it away, but it got a whole hand. So Leeds will get it back.
Yeah, it's Tom Briscoe. While trying to affect the tackle, just touches the ball. The Rhinos are going to get another block of possession at this end of the field.
Sam Lissoni's waiting to come on the field as well here, but it's a scrum, so he's going to have to wait a moment or two. What an opportunity Leeds have again here to extend this lead. Hull FC have got it all on. There you see Herman Esse with a strapping on his leg, the crutches by the side of him as well, and hoping that his side can prevent another score. Croft puts it back on the inside. Ball's been stolen.
I've got it one-on-one by Brad Fash. It's knocked on by Brad Fash.
No,
Stolen ball, but knocked on.
Oh. Brad Fash has stolen the ball, dropped the ball, and it's gone forward. They just had no look at all. Oh dear. The right idea from Brad Fash. Has a snatch at the ball, it goes forward, yeah. Correct decision. Lockie Miller, he has an influence every time he's on the field for Leeds Rhinos. He hasn't got over the try line yet, Dave. I think it's imminent.
Head in, boys. Head in. One more, 10 seconds. Heads in.
Well, Leeds seem to be reshaping their whole line at the moment. And eventually the ball goes in. And a step by Watkins back towards the middle.
Playing in the centre now with the injury to Max Simpson.
Yep. Together now. Hold it, boys. Hold.
This is O'Connor.
Go one.
And Presley Caselga's crushing it again. Held 5 away. Leeds looking likely at the moment. O'Connor again. This is Connor with a no-look pass once more. And a push and a reach from James McDonald. And there's no doubts about that. It is Leeds' 6th try of the afternoon. Their fans are in absolute raptures now. It's a run of form that might be taking them somewhere special.
Hard-working player, James McDonald. He does that consistently for his team. Runs hard, uncompromising lines. And there is no stopping him that close to the try line. Another try scorer on the sheet for the Rhinos this afternoon. O'Connor, no-look pass. And although Jordan Lane gets down low, tries to affect the tackle, Aidan Caesar, he'll be disappointed with his effort there. He's up top. If he doesn't fall off that tackle, he can clamp the player, clamp the ball, and possibly deny Leeds.
Well, there is a move towards the exits by Hull supporters all around the stadium at the moment, and it's not that surprising because there's little left for them in this game with 8 minutes to go. Leeds taking their points difference, by the way, to plus 300 if Connor can put this one over. So what a day from their point of view, moving to within 39 points in points difference of Wigan and going level with them at the end of this game. But of course Wigan have got the match to come against the Catalan Dragons. You'll see that later tonight on Sky Sports. Connor settles. 5 out of 5 so far for him today. Oh, he's hit the post. So 34 points to nil. It remains 5 out of 6 for Jake Connor.
Well, 6 tries for Leeds this afternoon. 6 different try scorers. Talked about the way that they divide up the hard work. Well, they're also dividing up, chopping up the glory as well. And the latest one from James McDonald.
Here's Rapinoe looking short here. Hope against hope. Certainly against expectation, but it's fallen straight into Leeds' hands again. And a short kick-off even then. Hull cannot find any fortune. Well, what a run that Leeds are on at the moment. Up to third. And these the games to come. Huddersfield away next week, Catalan at home the week after, and Wigan away. The final weekend of the season as Lasoni loses the ball. Are they timing it just right, Barry McDermott?
I'll tell you in a month. I'll tell you in a month. They're certainly getting better every time we watch them. But to keep that incline at this time of the year, that's what all the champion sides managed to do. A couple of weeks ago, we had to predict the top six. I thought Wakefield would make the top six. I thought they've got enough. Darryl Powell's assembled a side that believe they can get in the top six, and the games that they've got are winnable. But Leeds Rhinos are the team that I believe everybody fears, because when it clicks for them...
Yeah. And a real mixed opinion. I mean, again, this shows the way Leeds have performed today. The real mixture of opinion coming into this as to who would win it. You know, you talk to various wise heads ahead of the game, and some were saying Hull, some were saying Leeds, but it's Leeds in emphatic style.
They're going to be obviously pleased and proud of the 34 points, but they'll be just as keen to keep that 0 as it is. Defensively, they've been pretty good.
Caesar working up line side, trying to make things happen. Lit with a pass, the ball goes to the ground. Came off Ryan Hall's hands, so it will be Hull who get possession back again here. Yeah. 5 minutes to play.
Yeah. Gonna get another look at the line. Ryan Hall, he's made a career of that, hasn't he? Coming in, shutting the centre down, almost like a basketball player with his arms out wide, batting the ball down. Prime athlete.
This time of year when we are used to watching humdingers, this hasn't been a humdinger in terms of the competitive nature by any stretch of the imagination, but Leeds are not too worried about that fact. Caesar going left, Rapinoe, oh, and again Ryan Hall knocks on.
He's offside,
yeah,
but he does that consistently, Ryan Hall. It is a definite skill. Gets his arm to the ball, defending 2 players. Can Leeds give these home fans something to shout about?
Burrow. Caesar. Back on the inside again, and Lane does well, and here comes Briscoe. And he's dragged down just short. Burrow again, slinging it back. Aydin changes direction of the run, but it's an inevitable end to that, with Leeds defenders coming his way and stopping him in his tracks. Burrow with arms stretched wide here. Oh, it's gone to ground, but it's gone backwards, and Crofts after this. It's still on the ground, and Rapinoe, I think it is, will collect it in the end. And again, another set of 6 as well from that.
Oh no, back to 1, that's 1.
He hasn't heard the call, has he, Rapinoe?
Well, Barry McDermott has the honour of picking the player of the match. So he'll be no doubt putting his mind to that. Oh, and that's untidy, but it is a penalty. Well, it's a rather scruffy ending towards the game, isn't it, at the moment? Is there a captain's challenge here? There is. Here we go. 3 minutes to go, 34 points to 0. Captain's challenge. Don't you love it? Here we go.
Okay, we have a captain's challenge. Leeds are challenging the decision of ruck interference. Okay, I need to work out when the tackle is complete. Okay, it's an upright tackle. Ball carrying arm hasn't touched the floor, so it's an upright tackle. So I'm unsure at what point the referee has called held. So for that reason, I have insufficient evidence to overturn the live call of ruck interference. The challenge remains, and Leeds retain their right to challenge.
Well, joyfully, Leeds retained their right to challenge in the last 3 minutes of the game. That could make the difference, Barry.
You're very cynical, Dave. What are you intimating?
Well, I'm just saying there are times when you think, let's just get on with it. Let's just get on with it. Anyway, Hull get the restart. It's not dragging them in off the terraces, that kind of ruling, is it? Anyway, here we go again.
Move!
Barrow at dummy half. Fash was running left, but it comes right to Caesar. Caesar now to Hardacre. Closed down by his old teammate Watkins. But he's done well, has Hardacre. Managing to get a couple of extra yards.
He's a good competitor, and he's Zach Hardacre. He won't give up.
Caesar again, and batted on, but behind Lewis Martin. Rare game that he hasn't scored today, of course. Rare game that none of his teammates have scored either. 2 minutes left.
Oh, move! Hold the line, Joe. Hold the line. Hold.
Here's Barrow.
Go full.
Good work from the inside. Presley Cassell.
All the way back. Go, 5.
One last play. You can see the desperation here, can't you, from Leeds? So important to them that they do not concede. My goodness, there are bodies everywhere. But it's going to be a penalty for Leeds in the end.
Yeah, Jake Connor on the receiving end of a shove from Jordan Rapana. Jake Connor has been absolutely all over this field, involved in everything. That's the end, but the collision comes prior to that.
Behind, boys.
What a performance this has been. We can talk about Hull FC and how blunt they've been. Apart from that first 10 or 15 minutes, they've never been in the game, but I think it's because of the dominance and the way that the Rhinos have been ruthless when opportunities have presented themselves, and so professional in the defensive part of the game.
Well, it is kind of in their hands, finishing second, but of course that points difference makes so much difference.
Full, mate. Is it going to touch that, mate? No. Where do you want it, boys?
The last scrum of the game, Leeds are going to get it. I'm pretty sure Sam Lasoni is out of the scrum. He was rotated from Lockie Miller, with Lockie Miller. I don't think he's playing at fullback. Unless the roles of the modern game have significantly changed.
Well, we are talking about two fullbacks on the field these days, aren't we? In a tactical switch. And I don't suppose that Sam Lasoni, even under those circumstances, would find himself in that role.
He might get it and chip it. Chip it, Sam. Kick it.
Here we go. Out it goes to Croft. Croft now stepping inside. Almost picking a path.
Move, hold now. Hold.
Last play of the game. If he gets up in time to play it before the hooter sounds, he does. So Lasoni will have the last play, just stands his ground and takes the tackles. So Leeds do the double over Hull, and a significant win for them here today. That victory taking them up to third at the moment, and still possibly with second in their sights, with a big match for Wigan to come, Barry.
So impressed with Leeds Rhinos, both in attack and defence. Jake Connor was the man that had his fingerprints all over this game, particularly in the first half, scoring one and setting 3 tries.